Hi, this is Flo, and I'm here to talk to you about cooperating with your government. Now, I'm a Christian, and the Bible says that our leaders are appointed by God, and we basically got to do whatever they say. Now, the census is part of the government, too. And so when the census came over to my property, I was more than happy to answer a few questions. I answered all their questions about how many rooms I had in my house and the results of my last colonoscopy and everything. And the only question I had any trouble with was the one about sex, because the only options they gave you were Monday and Friday. I told them not so much lately, and I left that one blank. But other than that, I answered all their questions. We had a lovely interview, lasted about 3 hours, and since my neighbor was out, I went ahead and answered some questions about him too. And I told them how many rooms he had in his house and how many chickens he had and everything. He had 9, but the Fisher cat got 4. It was a terrible shame. So I answered all these questions, and they took some measurements of my property, and they put me on the GPS in case I have an accident, so the ambulance can get here real quick. So after that, I went down to see my neighbor, and I told them about all this work I'd done for him answering his census questions. And you know what he did? Well, he gave me hell. I mean, heck. Yeah, he got really upset at me, and I couldn't understand why. I mean, I just spent about, a whole hour answering all these questions for him and doing all this work for him, but that's the gratitude you get for doing your duty as a Christian. So he didn't want to talk to me no more, so I just went home. It was pretty hard for me. He'd been a good friend of mine, but some people. So I went home, and I guess I won't be friends with my neighbors, but you got to remember that. You got to do what's right, and serving the Lord ain't always easy.